Hello, and a very warm welcome back to Garden Club. Here we are, the first week in September. It is such a lovely and exciting month, September. The month when we, in a sense, start again. You know, you maybe think of the spring as when we start, but you know, now is the time in the garden. You know, traditionally in the old days, the end of September, the 29th of September, the Michaelmas Day was when farms changed hands, because it's when everything has to begin again. And so in the next few weeks we'll start to plant the bulbs for spring and plant out all those lovely things for the winter and for the spring. You know, there's more seed sowing to do. There's all sorts of lovely things to do. And it's such a wonderful thing to be able to share that with you. Anyway, what are we going to do today? Well, in a few minutes we're going to plant your really lovely Love in the Mist and your second crop of Ageratums, which are really strong, and both of those will go on right on through this month and into October, which will sort of make it feel like the summer is continuing, which is also a lovely thing before we start thinking of the spring and you know, to come. Before that though, I wanted to share with you the coleus. Back in February we sowed seeds for coleus, those lovely foliage plants. I'll show you a picture of those actually, just in case you're not familiar with coleus. I trimmed them back the other week and took some cuttings, which they, you know, and it's time for us to plant those on now. Let me show you. Let's go over there now. Less talking, more doing. Over we go. So now, here are the coleus. Now we sowed the seeds for these back in February, and they've grown on really well, and I've been trimming them and getting them into a nice shape. So we've got lots of lovely coleus coming on, and from the trimmings I've taken some cuttings, and we grow them in water to begin with. We just put the stems in water, and you'll see that we get some lovely roots from them. There we are, look. You can see, I think, the roots coming on the stem. Perhaps it's a little bit easier to see on that one there, look. All those lovely roots coming. So we're going to plant those out now, pop those on into some compost, and we'll let them grow on. So as well as having some lovely big plants now that are a good sort of 12 inches tall or so, we've got some nice cuttings here. There we are. Pop that in there, and they can carry on their growing like that. There we are. And these will be lovely for later on. There's another one in there. There, another one. Good root coming there, look, on that one. So I shall finish these off, and that'll be good. So let's go over now and plant the lovely Love in the Mist and your second crop, a really strong crop of Ageratum, both of which are going to be lovely through the rest of this month and on into October. So now, time to plant your second crop of Ageratum. You remember the Ageratums? They're these lovely flowers with the lovely violety mauve coloured pom-pommy flowers. Really beautiful. We planted some out earlier on, which do the sort of first part of the summer, and these will go on. Planting them out now early in September will be lovely right through, you know, until the frost comes really later on. And it's not a bad thing, because do you remember those really hot days we had in August? The ones, your first crop got a little bit scorched here and there, so it's not a bad thing to be planting some more now. It's one of those things that happens. It can't be helped with the weather. There we are. Let's put them in. These are going to be lovely. Ageratum, lovely flower. They're a good cut flower as well, actually. Very pretty colour. As many of you know, I rather like this colour in the garden. It's nice. Every colour has its place though. There's no colour that does not have a place in the garden. And I say that even to those of you who don't like orange. Orange is lovely as well. All the colours are beautiful in the garden. Fabulous. Right, so these are going to be great. You see, September, early October, they're often really beautiful times. So let's rejoice in those before we get into autumn proper. Let's rejoice in this. Ageratum, fantastic. There we are, jolly good. So now to plant some Love in a Mist, Nigella. As you probably know, you probably remember, one of my favourite flowers. Absolutely beautiful. Look, aren't they wonderful? Marvellous, marvellous flowers. These late sown Love in the Mist will be flowers to brighten up and bejewel our autumn days. Here we are planting these out in September, and they'll be just nice. Keep us going for a few weeks, you know, until the weather turns. It's such a lovely thing to have fresh flowers coming on beautifully in the garden late on, because, you know, we want the summer just to go on and on, don't we? Especially this year. Of all years, it's a lovely thing. So these never stand up straight. That's all right. They're kind of a wayward flower. But, you know, a little bit of sort of all over the place is rather lovely. And these will be great. Super. Put one over here. And I think as they're quite fine, we'll pop another one in round on this side. There you are. Let's get a good one there. And they'll be super. A super show for our autumn garden. Well, I prefer to think of it as our late summer garden, really, but anyway, whatever you prefer to call it. Love in the Mist, Nigella, beautiful. The seed pods will be great, of course, later on. We can collect those and we can use those in some indoor displays later on, so that'll be a lovely thing too. Love in the Mist, beautiful. Well, there we are. There's a little something from Garden Club for this week. They're right at the beginning of September, which, as I said at the beginning, is such a wonderful and joyful time in the garden, because we start to plant the spring bulbs very soon and plant out all those lovely things for winter and spring. It is such a joy to be with you, such a joy to share with you some of the wonders of the garden and the countryside. I'm already looking forward to next week, to seeing what we can see again in the garden. So, in the meanwhile, I shall leave you with some pictures of your flowers, how they're doing at the moment. And until then, do take care, and bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.